Welcome to NewTabb, the second full video. All the other stuff has been vlogs or segments. This is the second full video. I'm Travis. That's Joey. Ben. And our guest today is TJ Stanfield, one of our closest friends. He's going to help us talk about what we're going to talk about today. We did the vlog for Bird Box Challenge is coming soon. Should come close to when this video comes. TJ, do you want to introduce yourself? The community doesn't know you that well.
What teams you like? Tell me what teams.
Trash.
Tell me what teams you like.
I'm a hardcore NC State fan.
Trash.
Wolfpack all the way.
Since when?
Always repping hard.
I didn't know that.
I don't really have a real team for the NFL or NBA. I'm more just a watch and see type of guy.
With that being said, Colts Texans. What are you guys' picks and predictions?
I got Texans.
It's in Houston.
It's in Houston.
We ain't seen Deshaun Watson in the playoffs. The defense is still really good.
But Jadavion.
Down.
Yeah, I picked the Texans too.
I'm a believer in Deshaun.
Yeah, me too. He always comes up big when his best is needed. In college football playoff.
He got more championships than Andrew Luck.
Okay,
right.
Well I guess that's technically
Andrew
correct.
Luck got more playoff wins.
But yeah, he just seems like a big time quarterback, big game quarterback, playoff quarterback. What do you think, TJ?
I'm actually going with the Colts compared to you guys. I feel that the Colts have played very well on the road. They had a big win a big shutout against the Cowboys on the road. They had a couple other big wins, but I just feel that the Colts, like Ben said, the O-line's strong. Andrew Luck, I mean, he's thrown a couple picks over the season, but I feel like he's a little more experienced in the league than Deshaun Watson is.
Oh yeah, for sure. Seattle and Dallas. What do you guys think?
I'm taking Seattle because Russell Wilson, playoffs, and I don't like the Cowboys.
Well, I'm not a believer in the Cowboys offense. I don't believe in Dak Prescott at all.
I think their offense in big games doesn't show up. I think that the Seahawks have just been overall they've been dominant, and they did beat the pass game, the #1 rushing team in the league. I mean that's hard to beat. Yeah. The defense has always been solid every year.
They've had a few down. You could say down years the past few years, but I mean
they're still relevant.
They have Russell Wilson still the youngest quarterback in the Super Bowl, correct?
I think so.
He's been there plenty of times.
Yeah. Russell Wilson, Pete Carroll still there, Bobby Wagner. They've never lost their first playoff game. But I am picking the Cowboys.
Trash.
They are very hard to beat at home. They beat the Saints at home. But they have Ezekiel Elliott. They don't have better running backs than the Cowboys. Just because of Ezekiel Elliott. I feel like at home it's going to be really, really hype in there. I don't think I love Russell Wilson. Y'all know I love Russell Wilson. Part of the reason I wear number 3 is because of Russell Wilson. But I feel like it's gonna be too much for him. Really,
Ravens and Chargers.
Chargers in Baltimore.
Got the Chargers.
I feel like
I feel like the Chargers were probably like the 4th best team in the league this year. They had the Chiefs in their division, correct?
Yeah.
If they force Lamar to throw the ball, they'll win the game.
Definitely.
It's Eagles and Bears, isn't it?
It is Eagles and Bears. It's in Chicago.
Eagles and Bears. I think the Bears blow Eagles out.
I got Philly.
I'm gonna take the Bears.
I got Philly.
I think the Bears beat them by at least 2.
You just don't like Mr. Trubisky, that's why.
That's not it. If Nick Foles performs well throughout the playoffs, let's say just gets him to the next round. Who do you start next year?
That's what we're gonna start. Oh, you start Carson Wentz.
I say Nick Foles.
I think you shot Carson. I think you shot Nick Foles really hard. I think you shot Nick Foles harder than you did this year. That was the same thing over this past summer. They said they would possibly do that, but I think at this point, Nick Foles, how old is he?
He's 29.
He's 29.
I'm pretty sure
I'm still with Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz he was hurt this year. I equate his season to a lot like Andrew Luck and Cam Newton's seasons. He was still hurt. He may have rushed back a little too fast. There was a lot of discourse in the locker room and on the field as far as the roster, the secondary, the running backs. I think when Nick Foles is on the field, they simplify the playbook. things are a little bit easier.
Why can't they do
But,
that?
and I don't think that's sustainable for a whole season.
All right. So last year wasn't the first time Nick Foles has played great. I mean, you go back, what was it, 3 years before that?
Yeah.
He had 7 touchdowns in a game.
Yeah, 27 touchdowns and 2 picks at that time. Aaron Rodgers didn't break it this year, did he?
No, Tom Brady broke it last year.
Oh, well, I know at the time it was the best touchdown to interception ratio in a single season. He played well before. He was a Pro Bowler that year. Then, I think 4 games into the season after that, he got benched. And they traded him. Then he didn't get a chance again until last year in the playoffs. And he showed he can perform. So, I mean, I feel like you have to seriously consider starting him over Carson Wentz.
I don't see it.
I don't see the Eagles winning this game. But I do agree with Joseph, and I feel that Carson Wentz should not be the starter coming next season. I just feel that the team's been a mediocre team when he plays. He gets hurt, and then Nick Foles steps in, and they become a great team. Exact same team, different quarterback. 2 different types of teams when they play.
Who would you take right now, going forward? Kirk Cousins or Mr. Trubisky?
Mr. Trubisky.
Going forward?
Going
Mr.
forward.
Trubisky.
Okay, then.
He's going to say because he's younger. Why is it?
Yeah, that's exactly why I was
Exactly. Kirk Cousins is average, too.
You said he was good. When did I say Kirk Cousins was good?
You said Mr. Trubisky was average, though.
He is.
Okay, well, are any of those guys, he's not, is Lamar Jackson average? Who are you taking going forward?
Going forward?
Yeah.
I'm taking Lamar going forward.
I'm taking Mr. Trubisky because
Lamar versus
Lamar
Mr.
Jackson
Trubisky,
can't
I'm taking
throw.
Lamar.
Why?
Lamar Jackson can't throw.
Mr. Trubisky is
They're going to meet in the Super Bowl.
Mr.
he's
Trubisky.
more stable. He has a more sustainable play style.
All
Lamar
he does
versus
is
Mitch.
run. You're not going to be able to keep up just running all the time in 5 years. No, you
Running back.
can't. Because
Pretty
everybody's
much
going to
Adrian
be
Peterson.
Huh?
He's a running back.
He's
not
a running back. It's
quarterback.
different. Lamar Jackson can't throw. So I'm
No,
picking
it's not like
Mr.
Lamar.
Trubisky.
It's not like Lamar Jackson can't throw. He's just not as polished a thrower as most of the young guys.
Mr. Trubisky has a good arm.
He has a good
And
arm,
he
but
can
he's
move.
not a very polished thrower either.
But he
No.
can move.
He can move.
He can move, and he's a better passer than Lamar Jackson. Wrong.
Lamar can
And he
create
can pass.
more.
With his
plays.
legs.
He can create more now.
I don't see
I said create. I didn't say make.
And
I
who is
said
it? Who is
create.
it? Does Dallas pay Dak market dollar? Why
no,
or not?
no. He's an average quarterback.
This
They'll give
season-
him more. I promise
this
you they'll give him more.
season-
Jerry Jones loves
This season,
that.
if he beats the Seahawks today and they lose next week to the Rams,
I think they might play the. I think the 3 seed.
if they go to the Rams, that's going to be a home Dallas game. Dallas might win that game too.
They will.
It won't be a home Dallas game.
Yes, it will, because it's going to be at least 60-40 Dallas fans in Los Angeles.
Oh.
Will they give Dak market money? Yeah, because it's just
They'll give
the
him more.
Cowboys.
The Cowboys
Should-
I think Cowboys give him more. That's a Cowboys move. Is it
does,
not?
but that's yes.
Does he
it
deserve
is.
it?
Does he deserve
No.
it? No, he doesn't deserve it. At all.
I think
Jason Garrett deserve a job?
No.
Why not?
he's a bad coach. He's a bad play caller. There was one game where Zach had like over 100 yards in the first half, and how many
That's has
touchdowns?
2 division titles in 3 years.
Plays in a
The
terrible
NFC
division.
East.
So, does anybody else have that in the NFC East?
Because they're
No.
garbage. That's the point.
No,
It's the NFC East.
no, nobody else has that in the NFC
But
East.
they won the division with
If you
10
took
6
Carolina and put
record.
them in the NFC
So?
East, then they would have.
You
We
would-
won the division with a 7-8,
You know why
7-8-1 record. Do we
We were trash.
Do we fire Ron Rivera?
Now you got Coach
Do we
Lee.
fire Ron Rivera?
Yes,
Why
yes.
not? He went for 2.
We
He
won- See, the
what?
year before that, we were 12-4. What did Jason Garrett accomplish, Travis? Tell me what he's accomplished.
What has Ron
He's
Rivera
a bad
He
accomplished?
play
got us to a
caller.
whole Super Bowl.
He didn't get us to a whole Super Bowl. Cam Newton got us to a whole Super Bowl. They got 13-3 and got beat by Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs. Not because of anything Jason Garrett
That's
did,
what
because
I'm
Aaron Rodgers is
He's
amazing.
bad play calling.
This
You
season.
ever seen
How?
the Cowboys play? There was one game I didn't get to finish.
Why do you like Jason Garrett? Tell
It's
me-
not that I don't like. It's not that I
You're
like Jason
defending him,
Garrett.
so give
I'm
me a
just
reason
saying.
why he's
I'm
a good
just
coach.
saying
How's
that
he
he
a good
does not
coach?
deserve
How
to
is
be
he a good
fired.
coach? How's he a
He
good
does not
coach?
deserve to be fired.
He's been there
What
for
is
like
he-
10 years.
If
and
they
hasn't
lose,
done a
if
damn
they
thing.
lose this, if they lose this game, what does he deserve to be fired for?
He's never done a thing in Dallas. They haven't been to a Super Bowl in 25 years.
So they fire everybody else too. Who
They need to make a
who else?
change.
Who else? Who else you gonna get?
They
Who
need
else
to
you
make
gonna
a
get?
change.
Who
You
else
get-
you gonna
Coaches
get?
Hugh Jackson.
They need to make a change.
Hugh Jack-
Who's your MVP and your Rookie of the Year?
MVP Pat Mahomes Rookie of the Year, Baker
Mahomes.
Mayfield.
I'll say, like we were talking about earlier, Breeze definitely. That's who I want to get it. Who will get it is going to be Mahomes.
It's all about the flashier player, which was Mahomes.
And he's got way
Almost
more
threw
touchdowns.
50 touchdowns, man. You can't argue against that.
I think rookie of the year.
It was also Mahomes' first season starting.
It probably will be Baker Mayfield. I like Quentin Nelson.
Baker
if you
Mayfield
look
had the
for
most touchdowns
overall-
ever by a rookie.
Overall impact on your team, I like Quentin Nelson. Darius Leonard's really good. He also plays for the Colts.
Me and my brother had an argument about who should be rookie of the year, Saquon or
Saquon,
Baker.
yeah.
I said Baker should win rookie.
Baker,
Do they still give out rookie of the year period? Or did they just give out offensive?
yeah,
defensive?
offensive, defensive.
They don't give out rookie of the year period no more.
And then you also have offensive player of the year and defensive player of the year. NBA, do y'all think Harden is a top 5 player or possibly the MVP?
Number 6, and
Are we
he's
talking
the favorite for MVP.
Are we
right
talking
now.
top 5 of the league?
Mm-hmm.
Or top 5 at the moment. I think.
I would take him over Giannis today. I mean,
Yeah, I have him over Giannis. I have Giannis.
I would take.
I think Giannis is a bit overrated.
I'll take him over AD right now.
I would take him over AD right now. As
Right,
we
the
speak.
way-
Right now, but
he's
I would
playing.
build around AD.
As we
He's
speak,
last 12 games or something? He's averaging
Yeah.
almost 40 points a game.
as we speak, I would take him over AD.
Who
Possibly Curry, but probably not.
I don't think he's a better overall player than AD now.
No.
Not overall, but the way he's playing right
Yeah.
now.
Well, the way he's playing right now, he's playing as the best player in the NBA right now, but he's not the best. I have a number 6.
Do you think when it's easy to see like the little Bleacher Report thing, he joins Kobe and Jordan to only players to do 410 games. But do y'all think we really understand the context of that? Like, do you think that? I mean, no, that's not what I'm saying. Do y'all think that we are realizing what we're seeing with James Harden?
I don't think we are. I think-
Also, Harden is less efficient than either of those, and Kobe being the most efficient player. But even during that stretch,
Harden
Kobe,
does lead the league in turnovers.
During that stretch,
Yeah, almost.
Kobe still shot around 46, 47% from the field, which is great for a 2 guard.
Harden's averaging over 5 turnovers.
What's
a game.
Harden's shooting a little over 40 right now.
I think it is 40.
Yeah.
Steph-
He's not doing it the most efficient way.
Steph's shooting almost 50%.
Do y'all if let's say not at this level, but James Harden plays at a level that through the rest of the season gets him another MVP? Which, in terms of regular season, which run do you think is more impressive, his or Steph Curry's?
Steph Curry.
Steph
Yeah,
has
73 wins.
But Steph's got better team around him.
Steph is
So, as a more important run, I'll give it to Warriors. Better player run, I think Harden. Because he's also averaging a double-double. Steph's never done that.
But we also have to think about the importance of Steph. We saw when Steph was in injury, they had one of the worst records when he was out. And then when you put him,
number 2
James
player
Harden
on
is
the
well,
planet.
that's what I'm saying. But then you put Steph back on that team, you see how they rise. So Steph's a little more important. We saw with James Harden when CP3 was in the game. CP3 is that player.
Mm-hmm.
We saw that in the playoffs. When he's not there, yeah, James Harden's the player, but
10 points.
it's because you don't really have anybody else for the ball to go to.
But even look at the usage rate.
Yeah.
Chris Paul. James Harden just without Chris Paul, I think it's close to 40%. I mean, it's through the roof. So this is gonna sound weird, but I think Boston, if one of their players has a minor injury or something, I think their team will get better, just because that's when players can start getting the touches they need to.
Mm-hmm.
I just think I'm not wishing bad on anybody, but I think if they have an injury, their team's gonna really come together. Same thing last year. Like they lost their 2 best players, and they still second in the East.
Jason Tatum showed out last year, and then now his touches have been cut almost in half, and look what he does. Gordon Hayward, you wanted Gordon Hayward to be a star, but he comes
He's
off
their
the bench.
6th man.
I mean, I'm just saying it's just not.
Ooh, Tyreek Hill.
It's
He had
not-
35 last night. I mean,
He had 35, and then what before that? 9.
yeah, he had
My point is
he had a
exactly like
40-point game a couple weeks ago. I mean,
He had a what?
he had a 40-point game a
He
few
did.
weeks ago. Gordon Hayward.
He had 35.
That was last night. I'm talking a few weeks
He
ago.
did
that's
have
his
a
season
40-point
high is
game.
35.
His season high was
35.
Gordon Hayward did not have a 40-point game, but
I just feel like the rotation isn't right, and I also feel that.
Is there any way? Like, how do you get that right though?
But I just feel
Trade.
It's not. I mean, trading would help if you trade off a star
That's
for
just gonna
somebody else.
just be
then-
another chemistry issue.
But it's
no, trade for draft picks. Get more draft picks.
my thing is it's each player, Kyrie Irving, ISO player. He has to have his ball in hand. Does he not?
No, it's not.
All the time.
Yeah, they're real quick.
Gordon Hayward, pop up shooter, but you can't really utilize Gordon Hayward if Kyrie holds the ball. Jason Tatum, he can create his own shots. Can't do his own shots without Kyrie Irving. If Kyrie Irving has the ball, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it's a problem if you can name your first 12 players off the top of your head.
A 10-man rotation is not easy to go through. It's not. It's really not.
I think they could trade Terry Rozier. Definitely the Suns are interested in Terry Rozier. Suns need a point guard.
Suns are so bad. I was watching them against the Warriors a couple of days ago.
You're watching one of the statistically worst teams in the league against one of the best teams ever. I mean,
but I was just looking at them play. Looking at them run.
It'll be good in a few years, though. I promise you.
They don't have a point guard. I mean, I don't even know who their point guard is.
Devin Booker.
Do y'all think this started with KD? I think it was going to happen either way.
I think it all started with
Let's start with LeBron. LeBron started everything.
I don't think that.
Where did KD get the power for his decision? He's even said before. LeBron.
He'll say that to take more.
It started with
fire off of
LeBron.
him.
LeBron started the super team.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
It's totally different because that only happened because that was LeBron. That's the only reason why that happened.
Started the super team.
He got on a team that was not very good before then.
That's not what it is though. He recruited Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade recruited him, and they all joined at once.
They almost went to Chicago. It wouldn't matter where they gone.
It still would have been a super team.
I don't know if that's, but you didn't see that in the years from. You didn't see what you're seeing now. Teams trading players, trying to get everything. You didn't see all of that in between then and when Kevin Durant went to the Warriors.
LeBron started the move of all these superstars changing teams.
Okay, you can say that, but
he empowered the NBA players.
just like Steph Curry when he started that the 3-point revolution, it wasn't completed until that 2016
LeBron
season.
started it though.
Okay, but it wasn't. The revolution was not completed until KD went to, because KD literally tipped the scales of the whole league.
LeBron did too.
No, he didn't.
But KD went to a championship team.
He went to a team that was.
Love LeBron.
No, we're just looking at it how it is.
No, how it is LeBron made a super team in Miami. He nutted against Dallas, and then they won 2 more championships. And then
Wade was on the team the year before. It was Wade. And then Chris Bosh and LeBron.
Just because they weren't a super team, just because they weren't a championship team before, does not mean they didn't make a super team.
I'm telling you the differences, though. There were super teams before that. Are you telling me Boston wasn't a super team?
They won 1 championship.
Are you telling me they weren't a super team?
They went to 2 finals.
Are you telling me they weren't a super team?
No, they were not a super team. They were old as hell.
Okay, so they still had
They weren't that good. They went to 7 games the year they won the championship in the first round.
They had 4 All-Stars on the squad, though.
It doesn't. The 4th All-Star. Rondo wasn't an All-Star then.
Okay, you had 4 All-Star caliber players on the squad. Yes or no?
They were old.
Okay. To me, Draymond Green isn't an All-Star, but he's in the All-Star game. He's an All-Star caliber player, but I don't think he should be in the All-Star game.
He was still in the
They're
All-Star
also
game.
in the prime. I mean, LeBron, what he said.
The Celtics weren't in their prime.
They were, but that's the first time we ever seen anything like that. You could say that started it. KD goes to the Warriors. KD wanted to go to the Warriors.
He wouldn't have went there if it wasn't for LeBron.
Why not?
2012, right?
All right, first off,
Moved in 2016.
Well,
So
why?
In that case, you can say any team that signed somebody is because of LeBron.
LeBron didn't just go to another team. He called up his boy Bosh and Dwayne Wade, and they all joined up together.
They all didn't free agents.
That's 3 top 10 players in their prime.
They were not.
LeBron moved to the West
in his prime. He's a top 10 player.
He was not top 10 at that point.
What about that?
What?
LeBron moves to the West.
Whenever Chris Bosh signed with the Heat, Chris Bosh was a top 10 player. LeBron diminished Chris Bosh's role.
Chris Bosh was not top 10.
Kevin Love was probably the best player at his position at the time.
Yeah, LeBron diminished his role.
Okay, but he went to the LeBron's team.
Sacrifice. That doesn't make it any less a super team. That Cavs team was a super team.
But the movement was different, as I said. Yes, LeBron started, but the movement was different.
The reason I'm saying what I'm saying is you are seeing players that are great players that a couple of years ago you would never think leave. Like if Paul George signed with the Lakers that would be his 3rd team. He has not been in the league for 10 years yet. That is unheard of before KD started on the before KD went to the Warriors.
I think
that's unheard
I seen
of.
a thing last
Especially for
summer.
an all-star player.
I think it was 58% of the league changed teams over this summer.
That's crazy. You were trying you were panicking as an organization right now. If all these moves you're making, you're hoping that if you trade the best player you've ever seen on your team, then in 5 years, once the Warriors are done, you'll be able to compete.
LeBron was the first superstar to leave a team for a better situation. The only reason Shaquille O'Neal left the Magic is they didn't throw up the dollar signs for him. That's all that was. And LeBron empowered the rest of the league. That's what I'm saying. He started it, and without that, KD doesn't make that move.
That's an hour. That's really long.
That's a lot of editing, boss.
Yeah, that's a lot of editing for me. I'm excited for it.
All right, like, subscribe, hit the like button right.
Subscribe.
Right there.
TJ, Ben, Joey,
recommend to a friend.
Travis.
I hate you guys. Y'all are stupid.
All right,
you gotta edit that out.
All right.
You're just like Will Kane, just mean.